Hi, I'm Tim from lapsoshutter.com, and in this video we're going to cover what to do if your Sony TV has horizontal lines on the screen and 7 possible fixes for them. So we'll start by power cycling your TV. So this is often the best way to fix display problems, and it won't cause you to lose any of your saved settings. So make sure your TV is switched off and unplug it. Hold down the physical power button on the TV for at least 15 seconds. Wait for at least 2 minutes for any residual power to drain from your TV, and then plug it back in and try switching it on. Although this seems a very basic step, don't overlook it, because in the vast majority of cases, a simple soft reset like this does fix the issue. If you've still got horizontal lines, then look for power supply problems. In particular, just try removing any surge protectors or smart plugs that you have between your wall socket and TV. And you can also try using a different wall socket, preferably one on the other side of the room, just to make sure that there's a consistent voltage getting to your TV. There's also a strong possibility that a poorly seated HDMI cable is creating signal noise, which displays as horizontal lines. So try taking out all of your HDMI cables, then switching your TV on and bringing up the on-screen menu. If the horizontal lines are not over the on-screen menu, if they've gone, then you know that there's an issue with one of your connected devices. So just try reseating your HDMI and other cables one by one until you find the damaged cable that needs replacing. You can update your TV's firmware. So to update firmware on most Sony TVs, press Settings on the remote, then go to Customer Support, Product Support or Setup, and if available, select Automatic Software Update or Automatic Software Download and make sure this is switched on. Otherwise, just select Software Update and choose Network and press OK to start the update process. For Sony Android TVs, you need to press Home on the remote, then Help. Go to Status and Diagnostics, then System Software Update, and check that Automatic Check for Updates is on. For Sony Google TVs, press Settings on your remote, then System, About, System Software Update, and check that Automatically Check for Update is on. The Android and Google TVs will automatically update if they're connected to the internet. If your connection is not stable though, then you may need to update firmware via USB. There's the steps of how to do that in the linked article below. If you've got a single thin black 1 pixel wide horizontal line on your TV, then it could be that the gate drivers along the side of your TV have failed. These fire each row of pixels in turn. They're bonded within the factory to the panel, so they're not user replaceable. But you might find that squeezing the bezel of your TV next to the thin black line helps resolve it. If it does, then try opening the back panel and apply a bit of tape to keep pressure on the ribbon cable, because it will be caused by heat from the TV causing the connection to just open up a bit. And if you can apply some tape, then it will help keep pressure on the connection and keep the pins connected together, and that should remove the black line. If you've got more substantial horizontal lines on your TV, then have a look at the timing control or TCON board. So you need to open up the back of your TV. This has 2 LVDS cables which drive each side of your panel, and it's pretty common that one of these cables comes loose or gets some dirt or grime within the connectors, and that's causing the horizontal lines. So just carefully remove these cables. They'll have a little pin that you can snap down with your finger, and then they will then come out. Give them a clean with compressed air if you've got it. If that doesn't help, then just check the T-con board for any burnt components. See if there's any signs of burning or something that could indicate a failure on the board itself. If there is, then you can easily just replace the board and get a new one off eBay. They're very cheap. But if you can't see any obvious issues and you've cleaned the cable connectors, then it's probably a failure of one of the clock signals on the T-con board. So they'll have a few clocks which are used to time when the signal is sent to the panel, so that each line of pixels is filled in turn from top to bottom of your TV. This happens too fast for you to see it, of course. But if one of these clocks fails, then it can result in a bad signal getting sent to the panel. So it is possible to use a bit of non-conductive tape to block the faulty contacts on the T-con cable. You'll need a multimeter just to check which pins on the cable have failed, which are pointing to the failed clock, and you can then cover them with a bit of tape, and the remaining clocks will compensate for it. So there's another video linked below that you can see for how to do this.